there, Griff Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome, and thanks for joining me. In today's video, I just want to give you an idea. Something to play around with, okay? So what I was doing over the kind of intro thing there is I was playing my E minor pentatonic scale, but I was doing it on one string at a time, okay? Why would you want to only play it on one string at a time? Well, let me show you. So normally we have, right, if we're doing E minor, we have, box 1, right? And we have box 5, and box 4, and 3, and I have all this, box 2, and then 1, right? And of course, I have all of the boxes in other videos, so I'm not going to take a whole lot of time there. But when you play using the boxes, okay, which is a great way to organize the notes of the pentatonic scale, but it's still the pentatonic scale. So it's a great way to organize the notes, but we tend to play stuff that sounds like it came from the boxes, okay? So the way you look at the notes is going to greatly affect the sounds that you get out, okay? So if I look at, here's an E. So from any E, if I want the E minor pentatonic scale, I'm going to go up a step and a half, which is 3 frets, and then a whole step and a whole step, and then another step and a half, and then a whole step. Sorry. So from my root note, step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step. Okay, now that's no different than here. Step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step. Okay, same thing. But if I was, let's say the open E, again, a step and a half, a whole step, a step and a half, a whole step. Okay, so if I play it like that, or perhaps from here, right, the 9th fret E, there's a whole step, step and a half, right? Step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step, right? And I can go up or down. There's a whole step and a half, whole step, and then I run out of room. But I could start from here, for example, step and a half, whole step and a half, whole step. Okay, so a couple of important things are happening. Pardon me. One is that you are starting to learn the distances between the notes, okay? Distances between notes is called intervals. Now, admittedly, intervals are not a huge deal in my world. I don't know how else to put it. I don't use them that much. I don't really think about, oh, this is a minor third, this is a perfect fifth, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff about intervals. I don't really use that very much. However, being able to get yourself out of a jam by knowing that, hey, on this string, like let's say I'm playing through something and I find myself in a jam and I'm like, where am I? Okay, well, I'm on an E. So I may not be able to see the box that I'm in, but I can at least go, well, step and a half, whole step. Oh, hey, that's box 1. Right? And I could get back. So it can be sort of that, life-saving device, right? If you find yourself out in the ocean somewhere of the notes and you're in a box and you don't recognize where you are, let me tell you, it happens a lot, right? You don't know where you are, so you can kind of go, okay, well, I'm on that note, and it can go working your way up and down a string until you find yourself someplace that you recognize. Okay, that's one way to use it. Another way to use it, though, is like I say, you're going to get a different sound, right? If I'm playing like that, where I'm playing all on one string, my normal licks, they don't work anymore. Okay, so anytime you put yourself in a situation where your go-to licks don't work anymore, is a good day as far as I'm concerned, because what that does is it makes you think. It makes you think melodically and musically. It makes you I'm really not a licks player, right? I prefer to think in terms of lines and in melodies. And moving up and down on one string gives you a great chance to think more about creating melody, creating a musical phrase, than playing a lick that you know. Now, granted, that's a little bit higher level. That's more for, I'll say, an advanced player. If you're still learning licks and you're still having a hard time getting licks out, well, there's definitely a time and a place for that, and you absolutely need to do that. But if you've gotten to a point where you want to play something else and you want to break out of whatever rut you might be in, this might be a good way to do it. In addition, last thing this will help you with is connecting your boxes together. Right, I know this is box 3. Right, so if I go up, then I must be in box 4. If I go up again, I must be in box 5. If I go up again, I must be in box 1. If I go up again, I must be in box 2. So it can help you connect those boxes together using a single thread or a single string, right, that goes through those boxes. So it can help you with all 3 of those different things. And it's just fun to play with, right? All I did was put in my looper this is just an E minor chord, a C chord, a D chord, and an E minor chord. Nothing fancy. Right, and it's just something fun to noodle around with. It's a good time, and it's something fun, give you a new sound, help you see the fretboard a little bit better. Win across the board, all right? So I hope you play around with it. It's a lot of fun. It's a new way to look at things. It can really, really open things up for you. So as always, I'm Griff Handelman from Blues Guitar Unleashed. If you have a buddy who would enjoy this video, I hope you'll share it with them, and I will see you again real soon. Take care.